Sunday Conversation is brought to you by Sprint, ranked #1 for long-distance customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates.
2 years ago, Natron Means set a team rushing record. He played in the Super Bowl and was named All-Pro. He was 22 years old. 1 year later, the Chargers told Means his services were no longer required. The team's spin was Means was let go to make room under the salary cap. The team whispers were Means had a bad attitude. He settled in Jacksonville, not necessarily intent on proving the Chargers wrong, but proving that he was right. Natron Means, the Sunday Conversation with Sal Palantonio.
This offense seems like a punishing 1-2 punch, with you going up the middle and then Mark Brunell scrambling around the edges to make things happen. Did you see that when you first got to this team, that it would develop this way?
Well, when I first got here, I really didn't know in what direction this team could go. There was definitely a lot of talent, but, at the same time, there's still a lot of hearsay, as far as the way things are run in the organization. But once I got here, I saw that things were definitely going to be, fine for us. You have a quarterback like Mark, he's so agile, and now that, he's being more patient in the pocket, he's not really running unless he has to. And, even when he does, he makes big plays for us.
When this team was 3-6 in October, what did you do to turn the season around?
We looked at our whole season realistically, We could either pack it up and say, hey, we're going to see what's going to happen next year, or we can just go out and play hard week in and week out, trying to run the table and get into the playoffs. So I think it was more of a reality check, guys just standing up and being accountable.
What does it take for a team not to pack it in? I mean, what kind of character does it take on a team to do that?
You definitely have to have character on your team, but you also have to have a coach like Coach Coughlin. He's not going to let anybody pack it in. He's going to fight. He's intense. 6
straight weeks, your production numbers go up. How do you explain that?
I mean, it's just a great feeling, Offensive line, those guys have done a great job, during this playoff run that we've had. I mean, you can't give those guys enough credit. Dave Whitedale gets hurt, then Michael Chiva comes in, a rookie, and we don't miss a beat. I mean, it's just a testament to, just the way that we've been preparing and guys knowing what's at stake. With the Bills last week, as well as here on, with this game here, we started slow. I don't know if it was just their fans or just, our players has been a little rattled or whatever. But, after the first quarter, all the adrenaline is pretty much out of it. You have to line up and play. And, once we lined up, we started to execute, things started going well for us.
How much personal satisfaction do you get going to the AFC title game, knowing that the team that cut you is at home in turmoil without a head coach?
I mean, it would be hard for me to sit here and say that, I really don't think about what goes on in San Diego and things like that. I still have friends out there, and I know what's going on. At the same time, I feel for those guys who are out there, because I felt that, with the team that we had, they broke up a good thing. But in the same vein, I can't really let myself get caught up in the emotions of being mad at San Diego or being angry with Bobby Ross or Bobby Bethard, because, nobody's going to gain from that.
You were cut. You went to an expansion team. Did you ever think you'd be in this position again?
I mean, I felt that, I could definitely be in this position again. I didn't know, how soon or how early. We talked about it during training camp. I mean, all the guys talked about it. I mean, we had the talent. It was just a matter of us putting it all together. And, it seems like these past couple of weeks, we've been putting it together.
Sunday Conversation was brought to you by Sprint, ranked #1 for long-distance customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates.
Listen, Candace, we know what you're going through. Ever since Sprint launched that Diamond Minute rate, people just won't leave you alone.
And now we hear Sprint's really turning up the heat.
Now you can get 10 cents a minute 24 hours a day to the number you call the most.
So if you're watching, Candace, my advice to you is to go long and never come back.
I would ask to be traded to another city.
I got it. Assume a whole new identity.
Hey, now there's an idea.
Call now and get a limited edition NFL phone card when you sign up for 10 cents a minute.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I am Tiger Woods. I am Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods. I am Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods.
The power, the passion, The Pride. Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy from East L.A., Olympic gold medalist, undefeated in his rapid rise to world champion, meets Miguel Angel Gonzalez, the Mexican marauder, undefeated two-time champion in the battle for pride and country. Plus, 3 more world championship fights and Butterbean. Live on pay-per-view, presented by Caesar's Palace. Be there when this border dispute erupts Saturday, January 18th, live on pay-per-view. Call to order.
Sports news 24 hours a day? What took you people so long? I mean, does it take a genius to realize that some of us out here are marching to a little bit of a different drummer? I mean, it's not like you can say, you know, be here for sports news at 6 or be here at 11. Hey, man, you know, I'm here when I'm here, you know. My mother, she's like, dinner's at 5. I show up at 7, you know. I'm thinking of moving out, you know. Any of you guys need a roommate or anything?
We've done all we can do here. Thanks for being with us. I'm Keith Olbermann.
Dan Patrick, Prime Time is up next. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Coming up on NFL Prime Time. No, not that Prime Time. Foxborough was in a major fog today. Or was it just the Steelers? What kind of pressure did Irvin feel? Speaking of pressure, Tomczak had his share. Emmett felt the squeeze of the Carolina D, while Martin was the pace car for the bus. Can Collins carry the Cats to a higher level? Aikman hopes not if he wants to return to the Super Bowl. Hey, we're over here. Prime Time serves up Moose. Yeah. Again, everybody, welcome to NFL Prime Time. And as Paul Harvey once said, now you have the rest of the story. We are down to 4 teams. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, along with Tom Jackson and Joe Theismann. And, well, I guess the newer the team, the better they play. I mean, I guess that's what we have learned here this past weekend. Well, in case you have missed it and have been somewhere else, the Jaguars are in the AFC Championship game, and the Carolina Panthers are in the NFC Championship game. The championship run of the Dallas Cowboys is over. The Panthers beat him 26-17, actually knelt down at the 1-yard line, could have gone in and run it up on the champs. They chose not to. Highlights, reaction, comments of that game coming up a little bit later on. The day began, though, in New England, where the Steelers were playing the Patriots in the Patriots' first home playoff game in 18 years. So, since it's not often they can use these ditties, let me try a few. Listen, my children, and you shall hear that maybe 96 was the Patriots' year. They tried that one. How about the Steelers are coming? The Steelers are coming. And their orders were, don't fire until you see the whites in their eyes. Unless, of course, you can't see their eyes at all. Then fire as soon as you come out of the locker room. Here we go from Foxborough, where you could barely see. Brings back memories. Wasn't as bad as this one, the '88 Fog Bowl between the Bears and Eagles. But it was that sort of day, a Van Morrison into the Mystic day. And in the very first possession, right away, first play, Drew Bledsoe, Terry Glenn, down to the 1-yard line. Joe, they win at Woodson right away.
Well, Rod Woodson, don't peek, Ron. Oh, see what happens when you peek. People run by you. They went right at the heart of the lion early.
What about that? On one play, they're down to the 1. On the next play, they're up 7-0. Curtis, my favorite, Martin. Touchdown, 7-0. Paul Revere riding in a frenzy. Next Patriot possession. We told you on Countdown, watch out for Keith Byers. The little swing pass. And look at big William Roberts lead the way. Byers is gone. 34 yards, 14-0 He-Man.
Yeah, great blocking out front also by Todd Rucci, number 71. Gets a block on Darren Perry and Rod Woodson to spring Byers to the end zone.
While Bill Cowher tried to establish the running game with the bus, Jerome Bettis, Tommy, but they're already down 14-0.
Yeah, Bettis getting stuffed right here by Chris Slade and Mark Wheeler, and then Bettis stuffed again by Wheeler and Collins. So nothing for him. They got him running a little bit east and west.
And here's the option for Cordell Stewart, but boy, the Patriots played the run better than they have all year. So second quarter, 4th and 4, the Steelers punting down 14-0, and little trickery. They snap it to the up man. Fred McAfee goes 8 yards for the first down, Joe, but then here come the Patriots rush.
And here they come. Tom Zach's back. He's looking. All he can see is Chad Eaton in your face one time. Next time, all right, let me go back, try it again. This time, Chris Slade. Oh, my goodness, they're coming from everywhere.
Slade says, Mama, we're all crazy now. The next Patriots possession. Curtis, my favorite Martin. An innocuous little play, but he could go all the way. 78 yards, 1 if I land, 2 if I see, 21-0 Patriots.
Yeah, as we take a look at the replay, you're going to see the things that make Curtis Martin great. Great vision, the cutback lane right there, the last guy with a shot at him, Carnell Lake. He gives Carnell Lake a shake of the leg, and he's off to the end zone.
Well, it wasn't really Tom Zach's fault. They weren't playing defense, but now they need points. So, Joe, it's Cordell Stewart, but to throw, not the way to go.
No, here comes Willie Clay. Bang, 1 into the ground. All right, let's try it again. Didn't work that time. Ted Johnson, Dwayne Saab. No more. Sorry, Cordell. Slash me. Ha! The third time, why not? Let me see if I can throw one out here. I don't think so. That one's into the ground, low and hard.
He's been such a good player, but today Slash was slush. 0 for 10 for O, obviously. 4 carries for just a few yards. Second quarter. Willie Williams, though, makes a nice interception of a kind of a crazy pass thrown by Drew Bledsoe. So could the Steelers get into it at the end of the half? Tom Zach back in to Andre Hastings, screen for 7 yards. On 4th and 3, down 21-0, they figure we need a lot of points. They go for it. Tom Zach to Fred McAfee. But Teddy Bruschi brings it down, and already in the stands, they were firing down a few Brewskis. 21-0 Patriots. Third quarter, Bledsoe, but it right to Chad Brown. So maybe the Steelers have some light. Tom Zach back in, and he'll pump and look for Andre Hastings. A fine catch, 23 yards. Later in the drive on 3rd and 10, here's Cordell in there as a halfback, and Harry Houdini, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He gets 5 yards, but not a first down. This time, let's get on the board. Says the Steelers. Norm Johnson, field goal, 29 yards, good, 21-3 Patriots. But Tom Zach and the Steelers offense never could get it going. They knew they had to make something happen. And this is Lawyers and Love Malloy. Double coverage makes the pick on Tom Zach. And then the next possession in the fourth quarter, it was sealed. Curtis Martin, the little fake. Oh, what a cut at the 22, and he's gone. 3 touchdowns, 166 yards for Martin. He's ecstatic. This look says it all. These were not the Steelers that Bill Cowher has grown to love. These were the Patriots that Bill Parcells has seen on occasion. The Sunday night game against San Diego, a couple other times they've looked like world beaters. Today they were world beaters. They knock out the defending AFC champs by the count of 28-3. First 6 plays of the game included a 34, 53, and a 78-yard gain. They didn't even take Steeler penalties because they gained more yards than the penalties would have given them. Keith Byers was signed in the middle of the year by the Patriots. Good move by both.
Pittsburgh, they're a great team. They're the defending AFC champions. But, they got sort of a bully-type mentality. And when you get a bully in your backyard, you got to hit him in the mouth first to let him know you're not going to back down. And that's how you got to handle a bully, and that's exactly what we did.
They did a lot of blitzing and things like that. They really they did some good things in terms of blitzing us and keeping us off balance.
We can't take nothing away from them. If they wasn't a good team, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. They wouldn't have went to the Super Bowl last year. But what people don't understand, that's last year. It's a new year. You got to prove yourself every year. You got to prove yourself every year. And all the talk in the world, all the interviews in the world, all the shows, all the ESPN up close, all that stuff don't matter. What matters is what the score is after the game.
The teams that have had trouble against Pittsburgh acted like they were a little bit confused, didn't know where they were going. We knew exactly what we were doing coming into the game, and because of that, our guys were able to be aggressive in getting their job done.
Boy, Drew sounds so low-key, doesn't he? Well, I'll tell you what, he was not low-key, guys, because New England went for the jugular right away, Tom, and Bledsoe was on right away.
Well, we just heard Drew talking about confidence, and I think early on this morning we talked on Countdown about the confidence and the timing with which he would have to throw the ball early on. He did just that. He had a slow second quarter late, but early on in this football game, very sharp. You watch him deliver the ball on time. You watch him stepping into his throws with confidence. We're going to even see him give a little movement as he takes the next snap. He comes just slightly to his right, but again, delivering the ball where his receivers can catch it and make some ground, giving them a chance quickly to get upfield and make some yardage. And I think we also have to credit Bill Parcells. He knew that the fog was going to roll in. He didn't want that bus to roll out of that Steeler garage. He did a lot of things early on with this offense.
Well, the bus had a flat tire. I think that's the one thing you have to take into consideration as well. You've got Jerome Bettis out there who really wasn't at 100%, and that's how the Pittsburgh Steelers got into the playoffs, because Jerome was 100%. They're a one-dimensional football team. They can't throw the football effectively. Cordell Stewart, 0 for 10. Mike Tomczak, 16 for 29. You can't go 16 for 39 in a football game and expect to win it, especially when the other team has the ability to put a lot of points on the board in a hurry, like New England did.
It looked like Pittsburgh was demoralized early. I mean, obviously they were, but defensively, this was not the Steeler team that we had seen.
Tired, Boom.
Well, they were tired, and they already knew that we're down 14-0. They drove by us at the bus. It was a transit strike. They couldn't run. And give New England defense credit. They've said that they've been coming on lately. Boy, they were coming on gangbusters, and now they get to host the AFC Championship game. How about that? Well, the New England Patriots rolled it up on the Steelers, which means the Steelers allowed more than 17 points. When that happens, they're 0-7. 17 or less, they win those games. As you say, Joe, they're one type of team. Usually it's good enough to get you to the AFC Championship game. It's not good enough this year. Congratulations to the Patriots. We'll talk about the AFC title game later in the show.
Inside the Numbers is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be.
And when we return, well, the AFC champs were out. What about the Super Bowl champs? Certainly they couldn't fall on the same day as the Steelers. Or could they? We'll be back.
I don't shower before work. I email over oatmeal. I take conference calls in my pajamas. Just take a look at the area that I'm highlighting. There. That works. I document conference, I page, I fax, I work out. I get tons done. I still don't shower. I pray we never, ever get video conferencing.
What better place than an NFL game to ask people about the taste of Wheaties, the breakfast of champions?
Well, you can really taste the whole wheat.
I like it. I like the taste. They've got a toasted whole wheat flavor.
Can I have another bite?
These have got a crunchy, toasted taste to them.
I'm going to run home and buy a box of Wheaties for me and my kids.
Try the championship taste of toasted whole wheat Wheaties. Collect 5 Wheaties Super Bowl boxes featuring actual Super Bowl footage. But hurry, they're really moving.
You better eat your Wheaties.
Hey, that's my line.
I'll buy 10 of these. You're Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders? It's him. You're the greatest, man. Mind if I get a picture? Thanks, bro. You mind if I write a check? Sure, Deion. I'm just going to need to see some ID.
Say what?
Yes, like driver's license, a library card.
Checks. What a pain.
Your license? Employee ID.
But now there's a better way. The Visa Check Card. It's an ATM card with a Visa logo that deducts from your checking account automatically everywhere Visa's accepted.
I'm going to have to call to see if you can cover this.
The Visa Check Card works just like a check, only better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want this?
America's favorite fries, McDonald's. Go get them.
Soon, you won't recognize me, because my New Year's resolution is to regrow my hair with Rogaine. Because now, you can get this new Rogaine starter kit, a 4-month supply for half price. So go for it, and get a real head start on the new year.
NFL Primetime is brought to you by Rogaine, medically proven to regrow hair for men and women.
NFL Countdown next Sunday, an hour leading up until the championship games, the first of which will be the NFC game. By the way, we should mention the Curtis Martin 78-yard run, the second longest run for a touchdown in playoff.